All right, so it's time to grade the Houston Texans draft, and I really feel like you need to include Laramie Tunsil somehow, some way into this grade. I know, you gave up 2 first-rounders, and one of them is still a year away from coming to fruition, but it doesn't matter. You got your left tackle. Obviously, you got Ross Blacklock with your second-round pick. That's a first-round grade on him. Who cares about grades? All I know is what I've seen on the field with him, and I've seen a lot out of TCU, and Ross Blacklock, he gets into the backfield, kind of a new age defensive tackle that I think Anthony Weaver can do a lot with. He's not just a 2-gap guy that shuts stuff down and wreaks havoc for the linebackers to make plays, but I think he makes plays himself. He gets into the backfield and does that. Outside linebacker from Florida is the one I really wanted to talk about. This is a guy, and I think you can relate if your name is Zach Cunningham. If you lead the SEC in tackles for losses and sacks, you're a player, flat out. Zach Cunningham came from Vanderbilt, but he led the league in SEC. He led the SEC in sacks and tackles for losses. That means you can play. We saw all the SEC players that were taken today and yesterday and Thursday night. We know the SEC is a big-time league. So this guy can play, flat out. I think those are the 2 best picks. After that, we'll see. I know Charlie Heck is a great story. Maybe in a perfect world, he can play some tackle down the road and Titus Howard goes inside, whatever the case may be. But I feel like really this draft has to be judged on Laramie Tunsil, on Ross Blacklock, and Jonathan Grenard. After that, you got some special teams players. I like the kid out of Rhode Island, but I think he's really a special team. He's a gunner, and he's a stop gunner, and maybe some kick returns here and there. I don't think he'll get on the field a lot because he's an outside guy. We'll see. Obviously, John Reed, he might have a place here, but I think it'll be on the depth chart. Let's look at Laramie Tunsil, Ross Blacklock, and Jonathan Grenard. I'm going to give this grade a solid B+. It's hard to give it an A because we haven't seen these guys play, and I don't know about the late rounds, but I'm giving the Texans a solid B+ on their draft.